if there was someone else coming with the Gonzaga potentially to the Big 12, who would those teams be? And I would think there would be somebody else either on the West Coast or on the East Coast, but I would think the East Coast to help those schools out in Cincinnati, West Virginia, and UCF. And I'm going to say this right now, UConn is not involved with the Big 12, according to Matt Norlander, according to his multiple sources that he's spoken to. So they're not an option. So got to keep that in mind. You know. And even Brett Yormark dismissed them as a near-term looking 18 school that he was told. So that already eliminates them from the mix. And I'm not going to say these schools that I'm listing are interested in the Big 12, nor the Big 12 is interested in it. It's just me giving some ideas. And obviously the ACC schools like Louisville, Pitt, Virginia Tech are options, and even NC State to an extent, but I don't know how likely that is because of that buyout, and we know the ACC is still not stable, and I do think teams will leave eventually. The bigger brands are going to leave. It's a matter of when they're going to leave. So I'm just saying, and that as a obvious choice, but that's not going to happen for a while, not possibly, I don't know. And I base these schools that I'm going to list, besides the ACC schools, they don't have like football at all, because the thing about it is you can't move up to a different conference from FCS football to Big 12 football that fast. You can't. So they're automatically off the list. Any of those schools, and the following schools are like Seton Hall, Creighton, St. John's, Xavier, Providence, Marquette, DePaul. And now I'm going to start with DePaul. They're in Chicago, Illinois. They're more back towards the middle of the United States, so I don't know about them as a potential option because of that reason. And same thing goes for Marquette with going to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's kind of why I would think they're probably not on the list of options. Providence is located in Providence, Rhode Island. That does make sense to have somebody on the East Coast. That's kind of what I was going for. Xavier's in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I get we already got Cincinnati, but this would be a really good travel partner right here, potentially. St. John's is in New York City, New York, so that would make sense. It's on that side, you know. And Creighton is in Omaha, Nebraska, but that's going back towards the middle, so I don't know about them as an option. And Seton Hall, like South Orange, New Jersey, they're on that side, so that's just naming some ideas. And I'm really not going to say these schools are interested in the Big 12, nor the Big 12 is interested in them. It's just listing some ideas besides Gonzaga coming to the Big 12, because I have to think they're going to have to add somebody else besides Gonzaga to the mix. And it's either going to be on the East Coast or the West Coast. And I really do think the East Coast would make more sense. You got to help your teams on the East. I would think you have to eventually. And I do think the ACC will break up eventually. So it's a matter of when on that. And I'm just saying that. And obviously, like I said, UConn is not going to be in the mix. It seems like. So don't think about them as an option. So anyways, if you like this content, hit like and subscribe, and see you guys later on the road. 600 subscribers, of course, the ultimate goal is to get up to 1,000. So you can make money off of this. And of course, liking the video, commenting on the video would really help the YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. And of course, hit the notification bell as well. And list some other teams out there that you could think could be with Gonzaga potentially joining the Big 12. And I would be for Gonzaga as long as it makes more money, but obviously there probably has to be somebody else with them. It would make too much sense. It would make so much sense to add somebody else. And I try to look at teams like on these certain schools that I listed. They don't have a football program. That way we don't have to mess with it.